Welcome back to the Shortcut Live, where nothing goes wrong in our intro. We have a daily live video show every day at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, and we have lots of top stories, lots of stuff happening on Friday, our last show of the day. Let's get to it and also say hi to the guys. We have Max Bondano, Kevin Lee, and Adam Vajeska over in the UK. The rest of us are in New York. Let's go through that rundown as we talk about these stories. If you saw the thumbnail, we have a little bit of PlayStation news, but first, we're beginning with Meta reportedly integrating facial recognition into its smart glasses this year. So that's a big deal, a little privacy concern, but could be a cool feature. We're going to discuss that. Sony had its state of play, and we have a roundup of what that means. There's a surprise PS5 game that we didn't see coming. No one saw coming, and there's a lot of updates on Death Stranding 2 release date. So if you're a PlayStation 5 gamer, stick around. That is our second story, the one that a lot of you are tuning in for. We have, how many people do we have on Substack right now tuning in?
It was above 650 the last time I checked. Let me run another
pre-show Substack. That's amazing. That's like
696
on a new platform. It's awesome for concurrence. So welcome everybody. Leave your comment. We're streaming on X. We're streaming on YouTube. We're streaming on Instagram, and of course Substack, which is becoming a popular platform all of a sudden, which is great. So next in the rundown, what do we got? We got Apple is acquiring the rights to Severance. I didn't know they didn't have that before, but that is an Apple TV show. It could maybe give us some spinoffs, but having the rights to I think one of their best shows is a big deal. YouTube is finally available on the Apple Vision Pro. So this thing right here is fine after 2 years.
Yeah,
getting the #1 app out there, which is Apple Vision Pro. LG has a new speaker. They usually have a collaboration with some artists, so we're going to discuss their X-Boom Buds Plus. Oh, not speaker, earbuds. Right, their X-Boom series is a Bluetooth speaker, or in this case, earbuds. We're going to discuss that. And then last but not least, iPhone 17e leaks. We're going to get detailed specs of the next phone that, a couple days away, that we're going to expect from Apple. So all that and more on the Shortcut Live. We're going to bring in our panelists today. Welcome back, guys. We're in red for Valentine's Day. Happy almost Valentine's Day. It's our last show right before. They do not make the hex color red in the UK. I'm sorry, Adam.
It's just not true, is it? Just once again, I'd never get the memo. I turn up to these events and I just see them in the fancy dress, the pink suits yesterday, the red suits today, and here I am wearing black, and I just feel left out. It's not that I don't want to be involved; they just won't let me be involved, guys.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we will nail that. I think you just show up in any suit and just try to guess the color that we're gonna wear.
Yeah, that'll work.
or we just expand our iMessage morning call on iMessage. So I do have an awkward thing to bring up today. I know it's Friday. Kevin, what was the last thing you brought up to me when we left Snap headquarters in New York, their New York office? I was going back to my apartment for a specific reason because the package room was closing, and then back to the office to pick up my laptop.
Yeah.
Why was I going back to my home?
You were supposed to get toilet paper?
Right. So I needed to pick up the toilet paper because I ran out. And Kevin's response was, just take it from the office and bring it back to your place, which I don't know about you guys. That's company policy not to steal.
I was going to say, that is bad voodoo. What do we...
So I think
toilet paper.
Yeah, but that's company property.
But why would you steal from your company?
Also, I bought that toilet paper, so technically it's my property.
He says, right. So what we have to do is apply a little bit of technology. So we all have our toilet paper from the office.
Of course.
Yeah. And we're going to apply, we have air tags. And I mean, Adam's in on this too because he's afraid. So we're going to actually start tracking the toilet paper in the office to make sure it doesn't walk away, because Kevin's suggestion, a little frightening.
He wants to steal this toilet paper. I'm so why?
Max, can you read from the company handbook on the company policy on stealing office items?
Section 2, verses 4 to C7, because he has this thing laid out really wrong. clearly states that toilet paper on the premises of the shortcut.com anywhere within our main office in New York City is property of one Matt Swider. If you are to steal his toilet paper, I don't think I can read the next part without getting canceled, but it definitely looks like you're going to get a lashing of some kind.
Of course. So, Kevin.
So not good. Not great for you.
Such an innocent comment.
That's not even the company mandate. That's a secret lab instruction manual.
I really hope
that's a desk install assembly.
Tell it to the judge,
instruction
Kevin.
manual.
Tell it to the judge.
Exactly right. So I just wanted to bring that up. We do have a new office. Kevin may have bought that toilet paper. I don't know. But yeah, just a little fun and games at the top of the show. It's the beginning of Friday.
Stealing toilet paper is not fun and games, Matthew.
It's wrong.
You know this.
It's wrong.
In the pandemic, toilet paper was one of the hottest commodities.
That's what I'm saying.
PS5s. So either Kevin knows something we don't know.
Are you going to start tracking toilet paper restocks during the next pandemic?
That may be a thing.
Yeah.
Next
That's not the first time you hold toilet paper up during a broadcast, by the way.
No?
Yeah. Egypt?
Oh, yeah. There's that number.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun story behind that.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe another time.
Maybe another time. But let's get to our show. We're just applying air tags to everything these days because there's the Gen 2 version out. But Meta reportedly talking about, facial recognition, or at least that's the leak. That's where I guess this technology is headed in glasses just like these. So these are the things I wear all the time. Take some first-person views of, get some video. Max, tell us about this. It appeared in the New York Times. So, credible reporting. It's probably being talked about a lot, especially if Apple's going to enter the game on, making smart glasses as well. They want to get one step ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, there's a huge discussion about, whether facial recognition technology is safe to begin with. Meta seems to want to integrate it right into their smart glasses, which are like widely available, I think they sold over like 7 million units over like the past year or so.
Amazing.
Which is a lot for brand new smart glasses like this. They want to roll out a new feature where the glasses can identify faces out in public and tell you who those people are. So when I read facial recognition at first, I was like, oh, this will be sick. Like maybe like if you put the glasses on, maybe you have to like look at them first so that it knows that you're the user and that they'll unlock or something like that. Maybe nobody can steal your glasses. No, instead, it's to identify other people while you're walking around. There are a couple of ways to go about this. So with this technology, Meta thinks it might be able to identify people you're already connected with on Instagram, on Facebook, on one of their platforms. Another way to do it could be to identify public figures, which I feel like is like speeding towards like public safety issues. Because like, do you really want to identify every like Instagram influencer as you're walking around? Like, I feel like that's really intrusive.
Some Instagram influencers would like to be identified, but
I get it.
As a user, I don't need it.
No, I feel like that's just so insane to like just even conceptualize. That's another way they might do it. There's a third option where they could identify colleagues of yours while you're walking around the office, and it'll, I guess, maybe play in your ear, hey, you have these things on your to-do list to talk to this person about. I don't know. It's very interesting to me. Meta has had some privacy issues before. There's been many class action lawsuits against them with privacy. I don't know that we would want to trust them with identifying everybody's faces on very widely available smart glasses, and they want to roll out this feature this year, apparently.
Yeah, that's very soon.
Yeah, the New York Times got hold of some documents, I guess, and they've been sort of tracking in the back of Meta's labs, wherever, that they want to work on this and they want to roll it out this year. So like they've read through all these different pieces of paper. This is what they're reporting.
If this was a company like Apple, I feel like they could thread that needle and market it well, because like they're privacy first in a lot of ways. Meta just kind of goes for it.
It's just a weirder reputation.
Yeah,
Meta has.
And I love the idea of the technology for in certain instances. Like if I'm at a trade show at a convention like CES, and someone introduces themselves to me, and then 3 seconds later I'm like, what was that person's name? Right?
Yeah.
Could be helpful. It could be, more like LinkedIn in real life. Love that idea.
Yeah.
So there are ideas here that I think could go really far. It's how are they doing it with some of their tracking features, like when they unveiled the ability to track friends, they did it on Facebook several years ago. They've done it on Instagram very recently, within like the last year. That almost surprised people, where they're like, wait, what is this? What am I turning on location for? And then, it's revealing your location maybe to some friends. Maybe like I have a wider audience than normal for, amongst my friends for Instagram. I have to do close friends for a lot of my posts when it shows my location. So it's they got to thread that needle. I love the technology. I love, the ability to do this stuff, but
Yeah.
it's how do they approach it? How do they market it? I'm very curious about that, and it's coming this year.
Yeah, it just seems very intrusive right off the bat. Like, obviously, your glasses aren't going to constantly be looking for people to identify. You have to like ask Meta and be like, who is this person that I'm looking at right
There's
now?
got to be a handshake maybe for that person maybe to be identified. That would be good.
I feel like if this feature were to roll out, I would I think to your point, to just like remember faces, I would almost be okay with like adding their phone number, like creating a new contact, and then just like taking a picture of them and saying, hey Meta, like add like this picture to my contacts. And then next time I see that person, be like, oh, who's this person? Oh, that's so and so.
Totally.
You saved their phone number from last time you met or something like that. I feel like that's fine. But like it definitely seems like Meta wants to just identify people for you and tell you who all the famous people are around you. And I just don't know about that. I feel like that's just a little bit sketch.
Yeah.
But the feature's obviously not out yet. We will see what they conjure up for privacy's sake. But I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
I think it depends on where the technology goes and what they think Apple is going to do next. That's the big juggernaut. That's a big elephant in the room for Meta and their smart glasses. They want to get out ahead of. It's kind of like what Samsung does, right? Samsung tries to predict what Apple does and come out with phone features 1 month before Apple does, because their fold phone is usually scheduled before Apple's, like 2 months before Apple's. That's what Meta is doing in this case, in my opinion. They're like, whatever Apple comes out with, we got to do one better, and that would be this feature. So yeah, I'm just curious about how they do it and what Apple does in response. Yeah, good.
From Shook, he said, "Do you guys even read the comments?"
I'm not sure that Kevin's mic is working, but he's just reading off this comment here. Do you read the comments? Of course we read the comments. We obviously read the comments because every time we get a comment, we get $1.
No, okay, all right. That my parents tune in to this, and I didn't know that, right? Every day, and I'm like, "Why aren't you guys commenting?" They're like, "We actually don't want to cost you a lot of money."
Wow.
So,
Now we got another comment. Let me see.
Just a few emojis.
Real quick.
Looks
Yeah,
like
just a few
popcorn.
emojis. Popcorn.
That's good.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. That's $1 right there.
no,
There you
emojis don't count.
No,
as a
those
comment.
are we
Emojis
use
are-
emojis so much on our site. You said
Yeah.
as soon as you joined, you said, "Yeah, I need you to double your number of emojis
That's true, but it shouldn't
or
cost
triple."
$1.
Well,
I had to just start using emojis when I started working here. I
Yes,
never
exactly.
used emojis. Then he's like, just please for
we
the
showed
love
you
of
the
God, just
keyboard.
do
It's
it.
like, whoa, what's this?
Exactly.
All right, I'm going to screenshot this. We're up over 800. It's 828 on
Wow.
Substack. Substack
Wow.
was like it's a platform that's growing in terms of the live stream. So like we expect up to 100,000 on X, and that's normal.
Yeah.
But the Substack audience is coming out, tuning in.
Another $1 from Sambo EXE.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah, sure.
We can always remortgage Matt's parents' house to pay for it.
That's what they're afraid of. That's why they tune in and do not comment on the show, because you guys made up this phony baloney rule that you get $1 per comment.
Phony baloney in the year 2026.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's where I go.
I like that.
All right. Checking out our X numbers. That's still the top platform, but welcome everybody tuning in from Substack. That is just a great thing to see. And I'm going to screenshot that and send it over to Substack founders. Be like, hey, we're using your platform to the best of its
I
ability.
do have a question about this this Meta Face ID thing. Is it like just looking for faces all the time, or you gotta like take a photo and then it'll be like, hey, do you want to identify this person?
So it's unclear how exactly it's going to work yet. But it seems that you're going to need to ask Meta to identify somebody before it's going to identify someone.
Okay.
So the little light at the corner of the glasses
Yeah.
frame will light up when it's looking for somebody. It's not
Mhm.
going to just constantly be rolling like that.
Yeah.
There is a possibility that at some point in the future, a pair of glasses from Meta will continuously roll during the course of your whole day.
Sure,
Yeah.
I think that's a battery life issue right now.
Yeah.
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
Like it's going to burn through so much.
Yeah.
But it seems like that's something that Meta's working on. They're calling it like super sensing or something like
Mhm.
that, where it just records your whole day and will summarize it for
Right.
you in AI, sort of how you can do that with like note-taking apps.
But
Yeah.
my parents have Google Home. I have that too, but it gives me a transcript of everything that happened during the day, which
Yeah.
I could see that being the exact feature
Mhm.
that Meta rolls out with. I think a very helpful feature, kind of like you were talking about recording all day. I think something that GoPro had. There's a couple other camera companies that had this feature, but it records but erases the last like 30 seconds over top as it's recording in real time for that moment when you're like, oh, I should have, pressed the shutter button to trigger the video or the photo.
Right.
And I think that could be a really cool feature because you never know when that moment to capture is coming. And it goes back 30 seconds. And it's like, oh, okay, let's keep the last 30 seconds and start recording at this moment. So
Mhm.
I think that could be a cool feature.
Yeah.
Lots of things to come. Yep.
You just know, like, the voice command for identifying people. It's going to be just like the most
Who's that?
nerdy thing ever. Be like, hey, Meta, identify, while you press the like little glasses stem. So all these people just running around like Mobile World Congress or something, just going, hey, Meta, identify.
Oh my god. Yeah.
You can see it, can't you?
Oh my
Yes,
God.
I can.
Mhm.
But also at the same time, I do kind of like the idea of these super sensing glasses for specific uses because it kind of reminds me of the Batman, where he has got like these like cameras as contact lenses,
Sure.
and he just looks through the whole day as Batman.
Yeah.
Obviously,
It's a
I'm
bit
not
like,
Batman, but it could do something for like a project or whatever.
This
Also
just saying
kind of
cat-
reminds me of Watch Dogs, where I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
if you ever played Watch Dogs, and you could just walk past people, and every single NPC would just come up with information about like,
Yeah.
who they are and what they do and what's in their bank account.
Total value owes gambling debts.
Max just
Yeah.
threw me a look of when you said Watch Dogs. He's like, I've never played a video game. Never mind that video game.
I had no idea what the hell you were talking about, Adam. I
Great
just
game.
blocked out for a second.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring you up to speed, but
We'll
Dude,
play some.
I've played Super Mario Bros. On my DS, and I can say that that's, I think, the only video game that I've ever beat before in my life.
Mm.
you didn't have a DS.
Of course I did. What are you talking about?
That is his one and
3DS,
only.
That was his first
maybe.
Game Boy,
I
probably.
had
That's-
I had a
if-
DS, I had a DSi, and then that was it. And I was very happy
Oh.
with that.
I
Alright.
thought you wouldn't be
Content.
born around
Okay.
the DS.
I actually can't look at the 3DS. 3DS messes with my eyes too much.
Speaking of gaming, let's go to our next story. As you know, we see a lot of people joining right now, and that's awesome news for a Friday. I think a lot of people are at work and they're like, it's the day before Valentine's Day. Let's slack off a little bit and tune into the Shortcut Live.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Same.
Wait. Okay. If you company policy, if you see that pamphlet again,
Okay.
you must dedicate all
What
8
pamphlet?
hours.
Where? I don't
Yeah.
see anything.
You got rid of it. So we're a live video show every day, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Like the fact that so many new people are tuning in. We're doing this. We're beating AI stealing journalism because AI right now can't really take this live show. So that's a big deal for us. So do support us. #1 consumer tech site on Substack. Subscribe, and we are coming to you live every day. State of play. Speaking of gaming, Adam, you stayed up late because it's later in on your time zone.
Because you made me. Yep.
Yeah, of course. Making you. It's a stretch. It's either do it or get fired. It's a choice.
Okay.
A choice every day that you make willingly. And so a lot of new PlayStation games, including one that we did not see coming. I don't know if you saw this coming, but there's both a new game and a remake. But kind of give us the rundown of this hour-long spectacle that PlayStation put on for everybody. A lot of my followers bought a PS5 during the PS5 restock phase. Tell us what happened yesterday, why we should care, and new release dates that are coming out.
Yeah, so Sony, like you said, held a state of play event last night, and there was a lot of excitement behind it because it was the longest state of play they've ever done. It went just over an hour, which was great for me getting into the late hours in the UK. But there were some nice surprises and lots of confirmed release dates, which is always good news because there's nothing worse than when you're waiting to play some new games and then you see the trailer and it goes 2027 or coming soon, and you're just like, well, that could be any time really when it comes to games. I'm not going to go over every single thing that was announced. I've cherry picked a few things. First big announcement, I think, was that Death Stranding 2, which released on PS5, I believe last year, is coming to PC, which was expected. It's coming on March 19th, and it's coming with all the usual bells and whistles. So if you've got a capable PC, you can play it in ultra wide and have unlocked frame rates, and it supports 3D audio. It's also going to support the DualSense controller like the first game did. So that's nice. If you do already have the PS5 controller, you get the haptic feedback, the adaptive triggers, etc. That'll do very well, I think. And it's one of the games that is a first party game from Sony, but also kind of like makes sense to be on PC as well. So that was the first big thing, really. Then we got some footage of two more upcoming PS5 games, which are quite big. We've got Saros, which is basically a spiritual successor to Returnal, which I really enjoyed. And it looks really good. You might recognize the main character. I think it's Raul Cooley. He was in what's that series on Netflix, Midnight Mass, I believe it was called. He's an actor anyway. You might recognize his face. And another game from Sony is Marvel Token Fighting Souls, which they're pushing quite hard because Sony is going to be releasing a separate fight stick as well, which is the first time they've ever done that. So they clearly want this to do well for them. That's out on August 6th, while Saros is out on April 30th. One really nice surprise was Konami had quite a big showing during the State of Play. If you're an old school gamer, you'll know Konami quite well, but Konami actually kind of like disappeared from gaming for a while and they focused on other endeavors, but they came back with a lot of games, particularly Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2. And the highlight of that package, and it is a real highlight, is it's going to have Metal Gear Solid 4 on there. Now, that game has been stuck, imprisoned basically, on the PS3 ever since it released. You couldn't play it anywhere else. Yeah. It was a nightmare to emulate, which I obviously don't recommend. It was just really hard. Now you'll be able to play this on Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, which is amazing. And I want to say Nintendo Switch 2 as well, but I don't actually know if that's true or not. But that's a great thing for fans of the Metal Gear series. They also announced that they're going back to Volume 1 and just making Metal Gear Solid 1 and 3 look a little bit better, which is nice. So that was really cool. They had other games as well, like Silent Hill, New Castlevanias. Really strong showing from Konami, which kind of shows that they're back to their roots, which is nice.
Right. Peace Walker is also part of this new collection too, right?
Yeah, and that was for PSP. Go ahead, Matt.
So this is the big news, right? Because there was an unexpected game. I kind of want to tease that out of when I saw this, I was like, oh, there was something that happened last night. So new game, new remake, and brand new games. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so after all that, the show basically came what seemed to be a close, and we got a tease of a remake of the original God of War trilogy. Now, that's the Greek mythology series, not the God of War that was rebooted in 2018, I want to say, and Ragnarok. This is the original God of War games that released for the PS2, and I want to say PS3 was God of War 3. Mm-hmm. Very different, hack and slash, much more gory, much more mythology and all the rest of it. Really cool. Slight disappointing thing is it's just in development now, despite being rumored for a long time. So we're going to have to wait. And then they dropped a brand new God of War game, which was kind of rumored, but it's not really what you expect at all. It's a prequel. It's called God of War Sons of Sparta. And you play as Kratos basically before he became the Ghost of Sparta, before he became God of War. And it's like a 2D side-scrolling retro pixel art game. It's out now, which is nice. It's very different. So it is a radically different kind of God of War game from what we're used to. But it looks kind of cool. And if you're interested in learning more about Kratos before, you know, all the last major releases, this will interest a lot of people. But yeah, ideally they would have been like, here's the God of War trilogy like this year or now, because that's the one everyone wants.
It looks like a good game. It's not taking, you know, PS5 and PS5 Pro to its ultimate max, but I feel like it's looks like a fun, you know, weekend play. and it has all the favorite elements of God of War. So a lot of PS5 gamers out there will appreciate the fact that there's a surprise drop when, we hear the complaint all the time that PS5 has no games. Well, here's one that you did not expect, we did not see coming. So that's a surprise game, and the remake is on the way, maybe a little bit before we actually see more than just a teaser. But Sony at least teased it last night, and Adam stayed up for that very late.
Oh, we got a comment from Adam. Other Adam. Has there ever been a He-Man game? I wonder, maybe a new one will come out.
Yeah, they're coming out with that movie,
Yeah.
right? So maybe there'll be a tie-in. There's money involved. So
I believe there is a side-scrolling beat-em-up game that uses the He-Man characters coming out soon, which looks really cool.
That could be fun.
There's He-Man and the Masters Universe Dragon Pearl of Destruction. It's on Steam. Yeah, it's like a Turtles in Time 2D beat 'em up game.
Yeah,
same thing as this new God of War. I actually kind of love the art style because it looks like an old Aladdin game, like old Disney game.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting style.
See, what's great about the show is we can answer your live comments, right? Just like we did for what's Adam's name? Boom in the Sky.
Yeah.
A frequent guest. He's after the #1 spot on YouTube. That platform starts to rank the commenters as they come back. So, but we have a lot of Substack subscribers. That's really cool. So, yeah, on any platform, we'll answer your questions about consumer technology in real time, whether it's video games or electronics. So, and these guys get $1 every single time.
Actually, Joe Bondano, commenter from YouTube, just said it's actually $5 Fridays. I forgot about that. Yeah, it is $5 Fridays.
Just made up.
Yeah,
that's a whole Subway half sandwich, right?
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Yeah, it is.
And there's no relation between Max Bondano and Joe Bondano. It's just a common Italian name.
Absolutely no.
We did a DNA test. There's no relation.
Where's that employee handbook?
Seems a bit thrown away.
Trading. Yeah.
You're right. Next story. I'm gonna, hand this to just, I guess, Adam. You wrote this up about how Apple has acquired the rights to Severance. Are you a Severance fan? Have you watched the show?
Huge Severance fan.
It's good, isn't it?
It's absolutely. I'm not going to spoil it for everyone, but it is brilliant. I was one of the. I kind of feel it's so much better if you're just getting into it now, because you can watch season 1 and then you can watch season 2 straight away. But everyone knows if you originally tuned in when it launched, we had to wait like nearly 3 years for season 2 to come out. It was horrible. And the wait for season 3 is equally painful, but it's a fantastic series. And Apple clearly believes so because they've acquired all the rights to Severance now. They've bought it off the original studio, which is 5th season. And they've done that because, one, obviously they're going to make a couple more seasons. I think it's going to expect it to run for 4 seasons. So we've got at least 2 more to come.
Which perplexes me. The name of the company that produces this is 5th season, and they're only going to go up to 4.
Yeah,
seems like a miss right there. Maybe they'll expand it to like 1 more season. So
I think 5th season probably just realized that if they're going to make a TV show, they have to do 5 seasons.
Right.
So they were like, we got to get rid of this. We can't have this under our umbrella anymore. So Apple's like, yeah, sure, we'll do 4 seasons.
I agree.
So there'll be spin-offs as well, which will probably be a possibility. But the deals are worth approximately $70 million, which I think seems like really good value considering that Severance is the most watched Apple TV show of all time after season 2 launched. It seems like Apple intervened because, according to Deadline, the show's productions costs were just rising and rising to the point where the studio was thinking we might leave New York, where apparently it's currently filmed, and go to Canada for tax rebates. So the budget was kind of getting out of control, and Apple thought, you know what, we're back in this show, we might as well take it on, and then we don't have to worry about how many millions we're plowing into season 3, season 4, and the spin-off. So more Severance is a good thing in my eyes. I can't wait for season 3. If you haven't watched it on Apple TV, get Apple TV. It's still called Apple TV, isn't it? It was Apple TV Plus before. I don't mean the 4K box,
watch
which I
Apple
also
TV
have.
on your Apple TV device.
That's it. Watch Apple TV on your Apple TV, on your TV, and Severance is the one to watch.
Absolutely. They're willing to lose a bit of money on Apple TV as well, mainly because they generate $200 billion in revenue from iPhone sales globally. It's just a rounding error, that $70 million that they use to purchase this studio. So very cool, or the rights to this show. I am very excited that I think they're going to start filming season 3 this summer. So that was news to me, and I'm very glad to see. Hopefully, we'll get it out way sooner than the gap between season 1 and season 2. Do you guys here watch? I know Adam does. Do you watch
I've
everything?
seen like, I think 2 episodes of the first
Yeah.
season,
Yeah,
and then
it's hard to get into, but once you get some of those cliffhangers in season 1, you'll definitely keep tuning in. It's
Yeah.
good.
you know what like killed it for us?
What's that?
Like, I had no problem with it, but Chloe couldn't sit there and watch the guy walk through the hallway for so long.
She falls
And she's
asleep.
like, I can't. Well, no, she was just like, this is so boring that, like, why am I? This is aggravating.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, we don't have to watch it anymore.
Well,
So
so
she killed that.
coming soon.
That's the
to-
TikTok generation for
It's
you.
just
No
one of those
attention
shows you gotta
span.
watch on your own.
Yeah, trying to
Yeah.
scroll. Like, what,
Yeah.
I can't.
She's like, where's the interactivity? I can't
No,
skip
exactly.
past it.
The hook is not good enough for me right there. So
Yeah.
absolutely. So all right, we will have a marathon of Severance in the office then because we have to rescue Max. Yeah, let's go to another Apple story. The next Apple story in the world of consumer technology is that YouTube, the app, is finally available on the Apple Vision Pro. So this thing here, you would think this is designed for entertainment and workflow, that YouTube would be a part of the Apple Vision Pro. It is not. Well, it wasn't until this week. That was a press release that Apple issued right as we taped yesterday's live show. So you're able to get Apple Vision Pro and YouTube in the same place. Max, tell us about this. This is kind of a big deal. 2 years on, should have been there since day one, but
Yeah, no, this is a massive accomplishment. You could call it like whatever, that YouTube has been like sorely missing from the Vision Pro experience for way too long. Like,
there's a bunch
this
of
is-
apps that do a third party that were kind of like on the periphery of.
Yeah, and they all sucked. They
Yeah.
were all absolutely terrible. The like YouTube on a virtual reality headset was one of the reasons we were like so hype on the Galaxy headset when that came
Yes.
out. Because the big draw is, does it have Netflix? The Galaxy headset?
Yeah, that has Netflix.
It
and
had
YouTube.
Netflix and YouTube, like
And-
two major. That's where everybody's watching stuff.
So Samsung and Google teamed up on the Samsung Galaxy XR.
Mhm.
The ecosystem was a little better than some of the stuff in Apple Vision Pro. In other places, it wasn't nearly as advanced, and it was like almost half the price.
Yeah,
So that attracted a lot of people. But
Mhm.
YouTube, owned by Google, really didn't have an incentive, I feel, to develop for the Apple Vision Pro, right? It's not super popular where it went mainstream. It's very expensive, so it's not going to get popular
right.
until they come out with like an Apple Vision Air and lower the price. So they kind of, I feel like, gated some of their software, including YouTube. And it's like, all right, there's no need to rush. So it did take 2 years. It has some features that are really cool that we did see in Samsung Galaxy XR,
Yeah.
which is 180-degree and 360-degree video. Because you have to think, when I was kind of skeptical of the Apple or the Samsung Galaxy XR when it launched, I was like, where are they going to get this content? Apple has 2 years worth of content with Apple Immersion Video. That's very cool. They have a bunch of games. Their Dino thing is like the most popular demo to show people. Samsung didn't have, any of that stuff, but they did because YouTube has a backlog of all this content. So they have a catalog of 180-degree video, 360-degree video that people have been filming for years, and you can't really experience it very well on your laptop. So, the Samsung Galaxy XR has that, and now, several months later, Apple Vision Pro has it as well.
Yeah. It's a huge deal. I think the biggest distinction is whether you have the original M2 Vision Pro or the newer M5 model. So you have the M5 there.
I do.
That one you can watch 4K YouTube videos if you want. If you want to watch 4K on the M2 Vision Pro, I don't think you can at all. Maybe you can go through the browser, but as far as I know, it's not a feature that's available to you. So if you want the highest quality YouTube on your Vision Pro, you have to have the M5 model.
So I can
Kind of
still get
annoying.
YouTube on either one.
Yes.
Right. And previously you could go through Safari or there was a bunch of third-party apps, but it's just too many hoops to jump through when
Yeah.
it should be just an app within the very Apple ecosystem dashboard, like a little homepage.
Exactly.
So we are going to have to test that out. We do have a lot of space in our office to play some, what was it, like racquetball or tennis, one of those things. So we definitely have two
There
Apple
are a
Vision Pros
lot
for
of
that reason.
multiplayer games for Vision Pro, I guess, huh?
Surprisingly, yes.
Yeah.
Just,
give some of those
just
a
a
shot.
just a slight correction coming all the way from the UK, the
Sure.
independent adjudicators from Eurovision. Max is quite just off a little bit. It's actually 8K if you have the Apple Vision Pro M5.
Oh.
You can watch 8K, the format that isn't available basically anywhere. And we spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, is nearly dead in TV space. But yes, if you have the M5 chip, you can watch YouTube videos in 8K. I don't know how many there are.
So
That's
wait
wild.
a minute. Is 4K available on my Vision Pro?
Yeah.
That would make
believe it
sense.
should be.
The thing with the resolutions on a lot of these headsets is that it has to fill the entire 360,
Yeah.
degree. So you're staring at something that may be, 4K or 1080p, depending on what you're staring at. Sometimes they move the pixels around based on eye tracking. I'm not quite sure because we're just loading this up now, but the fact that it's 8K is a good thing, but it may be shifting pixels around to make that happen. We'll have to see. But it's good news for any Apple Vision Pro users. I still think we're waiting for the smart glasses from Apple that need to come out. We're waiting for an Apple Vision Air. That's a cheaper version. Kind of the rumors about that have dried up a little bit, but that's technology.
That one's scrapped, but they are working on the new smart glasses that should be coming out like next year. So
I think they need to hasten that because Meta definitely has the lead, and they're kind of getting left behind.
We got a super chat.
I was just going to say we don't want to miss that from our good friend Adam Booming in the Sky joining in on the $5 Fridays. Keep it up, fellas. Red jackets look good. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That $5. No,
Look at that. That comment is worth $10 because he gave you $5.
Yeah.
And the comment itself is worth another $5.
No. Just going too far. Adam,
You're living in denial.
Yeah.
Why do you keep saying no to this?
this is
Guys, we're going to TGI Fridays. We're already dressed for it anyway.
people are going to ask us for refills when we enter.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Probably.
Adam, thank you
gosh.
for the $5. Don't believe what these guys say. You should come on the show when you're here in a couple weeks, and we'll load up the jackets again. We'll even get Adam a jacket by that time. Both Adams.
At last.
Be like, no, we only gave Adam from Anchor a jacket. Sorry, Adam in the UK. And our budget didn't quite stretch that far. I got drained of too many dollars.
We told Siri to just send it to Adam, and it just sent one to Adam from Anchor.
It just knew it's AI.
Yeah.
Speaking of, this is not an AI speaker, but it's a earbuds in general. The LG X Boom Buds Plus, Kevin.
Yeah.
You have the shortcut skinny on this. It's self-cleaning wireless earbuds. I have not seen that before. Have we experienced this? Have you seen this? This is
I
kind
don't
of
think so.
new technology out there. Kind of makes sense because they get grimy, they get dirty. You drop them every once in a while, and you're like, should I put that back in my ear? And then you wait a couple minutes, and
They go everywhere you go, but they don't ever get cleaned. So it makes sense.
Yes. Tell us about what technology is behind this. It's UV, right?
Yeah, it's just UV light basically. It has like a emitter on the inside, and it just bakes it a little bit whenever you close the case and sterilizes it. Yeah. Now these are just regular old Bluetooth earbuds. Otherwise, they have they also have they have also a built-in USB dongle, so you can like plug that into your plane or your laptop while you're traveling.
Oh, that's very helpful.
Yeah.
You can see Will.i.am is usually I
Oh, yeah.
tease that there's usually a musical like
Gen-
co-host of this. But that kind of there's a Airfly, which is a very popular accessory out there that kind of does that for AirPods. But if it has it built in the case, that's very helpful.
Yeah. And it also has ANC, 3D spatial audio, multi-point, and 30 hours of battery life. It's $179. It's available now.
Okay.
From LG.com. I didn't see it anywhere else yet.
That's a good price. That beats the AirPods Pro. So that's has active noise cancellation.
Yep.
That is very important. Very cool. All right.
And then there's a lighter pair of X Boom Light. It's $70, 35 hours of battery life, and it's just a little bit more compact.
I think the whole UV trend really like sparked up over COVID.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because LG was doing like some weird stuff with that before. I got the the LG Velvet, I think, or something like that, and like a big press kit over COVID.
Yeah.
And they sent over like one of those huge UV light disinfectors for your phones. You could like put your phone in it, leave it under the UV light for like 30 minutes or something, and it was supposed to zap away all the bacteria. I don't know how good this is.
Right. That's you could never really
Yeah.
properly test that. Someone sent me one from China during the pandemic when I was at Tech Radar.
Yeah,
And I was like, how do I accurately test if this is working or not? Right.
Exactly.
It's not like I had a giant scanner for like germs, but
Yeah.
it looked like a lunchbox. And you kind of
no,
like,
exactly. It
bake
was
it in
almost,
UV.
yeah, it was just this gigantic box you could just put your phone in, and you just assume that all the germs are going to go away.
right.
I feel like with earbuds, if you say they're self-cleaning, I kind of want all the earwax to be cleaned out
Yeah.
too.
It's
pretty
That's
visual.
what it like heavily implies. If you say
Yeah.
self-cleaning earbuds, that's what people are going to think. And
That's
it's
what I thought
definitely
when I
not
first saw
that.
this,
It's
no.
just the UV thing that kills
Okay.
Yeah.
bacteria.
Because that's the worst thing about the AirPods Pro. I mean, I've had my AirPods Pro 2 for a while. And my ears, I keep them pretty clean, but I don't know if you can see, it's already like, because Apple chose to go with
Oh,
the
yeah.
white inserts, they are like kind of like beigey now.
Yeah,
And
they
there's
just
no
get dingy.
way. Yeah, they get dingy and then gets all over the case. So I'm with, as soon as I saw self-cleaning, I thought, yeah, great, it's going to clean the wax off. But it's not going to do that. It's just
And-
going to UV blast all those invisible germs that we can't see anyway.
Adam,
Yeah,
which AirPods are those?
Matt, don't do this, Matt. You know I'm 4 generations or so behind. It is the AirPods Pro 2, not the
Okay.
3 that
Okay.
you
Okay.
all have with your
Right.
Apple Vision Pro M5s
Uh-huh.
and your fancy jackets.
And our iPhone 17 Pro Maxes, yes.
Yeah.
I love making Adam jealous. This is
Nice.
a lot of fun.
Can you guess what series this is?
Series 4?
3.
I'm going with 5.
Okay.
It's 8.
Whoa, that's pretty
yeah.
recent.
The 8's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
what are
the
you
8's very
complaining
good.
about? I
We're-
like
we're
the
up
8.
to the 10.
The battery life is trash on that watch, actually.
Of course.
It was
We
terrible
got,
when I
we
got
got a
it.
Yeah,
lot
so-
of joiners on Substack. What's the new count?
Yeah, the new count. Are we going to break 1,000 on Substack alone? Like we break, we're
It's
at
a strong
100,000
possibility.
usually on X, but the Substack audience is tuning in, which is awesome to see. We're at 912 on Substack, which is awesome. So, welcome. If you want to leave a comment, you can. It's in like that little sidebar if you're on a laptop. I don't know where it is on mobile because it's a new platform. So very cool to see. We're a daily live video show. We have about 10 minutes left, but we start at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. So tune in every day. We will be off Friday. I should note that we're not
Off
going
Monday.
anywhere. Monday, sorry. We're off Monday for President's Day. I'm not giving these guys off. They're still coming
I
in.
was
to
going
work.
to say, that does not mean
We don't
all get
actually
to
have the day off. We're just coming into work
I
on
know.
other
I
things.
definitely don't have the day off. I know that.
No, no, that's true. So we are going to be
Actually,
recording the
wait.
show. Yeah,
Adam gets to take the day off if he can name all of the presidents of the United
Oh,
States.
yeah.
there we go.
All of them.
Without
Google Gemini.
Without research, without,
maybe
There's at
not
least-
all of them. Who was the first one
The first ever president.
The
of the United
US,
States
yeah.
of America?
Oh, God.
Oh God.
Whoa. Okay.
George
I
Wa-
thought
I didn't expect
You got
this.
it. You got it.
Oh,
You got it.
Was
What's
it
that?
George Washington?
There you
Good,
go.
good job.
Oh, Adam gets the day off then.
We-
Very easy.
No, that's just one
Okay.
question out of like a marathon.
Who was our first prime minister?
Nobody cares.
I don't know. So
It's
it was a trick
Churchill.
question.
Great.
No.
That is a good question. Adam, I'm glad you got that.
I'm glad I got that. I'm
Without
surprised I
looking
got that.
at using AI.
No AI was used.
We're going to
Nothing.
start a
We
new
can't see a
series.
screen. That's the problem.
I know.
Mhm.
My screen is just you guys and the running orders. Don't worry about that.
We're going to start a new series. Are you smarter than a UK the shortcut employee? So,
Don't like never signed up for that. Don't
Wow.
like this. Don't like. I have a law degree, Matt. Don't make me bring the heat.
I didn't know that. That's
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
I've known
Yeah.
Adam when we hired
Yeah.
him at Tech Radar. So nice, I hired him twice. What, 6 years ago at this point?
Yeah.
Like this time, 6 years ago, before I got trapped in Egypt, that was the last important thing I did. And then I was like, I'm sorry, I'm going to miss your first day. I'm stuck in prison in Egypt.
You
So
missed my first month.
I did miss your first month.
Yeah.
Adam, Adam, you got a law degree, and look at where that took you in life. You know,
I know, right?
So wait, you're
you
technically
don't even get a red jacket,
you
dude.
could be a
I know.
barrister in
No,
the UK.
so you have to do you have to basically do another course after that, which I did. I got basically all the way to it to become a solicitor, and then I was like, I absolutely
Basically all
hate
the way.
this.
Yeah.
I'd rather write about video games, which I did, and talk about tech. And now I'm sat here with no jacket, a really old iPhone, really old AirPods, and really old Apple Watch.
Meanwhile, we have
It
a
was
brand new
worth it.
office.
You're living the life.
I am, right?
But you're getting married
But
this year.
you got a super strike mouse the other day.
Hey,
That's counts for
I
something.
love the Super Strike. I keep it so close so I can
Oh,
just
yeah.
put it on at every
Nice.
show. There you go.
And
Thanks.
Adam, you're getting married this year, and I'm going to drop off a gift. We're going to pull our money and get you an iPhone 15 at least, right?
Wow.
That would be
So nice, man.
I'm not pooling my money together, but you two can do that. That's very nice of you.
I have a newer iPhone for my stack. I
Right.
feel like
All right. Speaking of
Please.
iPhone, last story in the rundown: iPhone 17e leaks again. This time with actual detailed specs. Max, you picked up the story. We keep seeing this phone, come out in drips and drabs in terms of what people are reporting. It's not the hot new phone. It's like the phone for my parents when they upgrade. They don't need the best of everything. It looks that's last year's phone. We took a really nice picture. Remember that last year after Sirius
Oh, yeah.
XM?
Yeah.
What's new on the prospects for iPhone 17e?
Yeah, so there has been a lot more specs that came out than what we discussed last week, but there were a couple of interesting tidbits here. So John Processor of Front Page Tech,
Right.
he put out a video detailing what he thinks is going to be in the iPhone 17e. Sometimes he's right, sometimes he's wrong. He did regurgitate a few things. 6.1-inch screen, as we discussed before. He thinks there might be a dynamic island this time instead of a notch.
Right.
Previously, we had heard only a notch, no dynamic island. So we'll have to see how that plays out. My money's on just a notch, but he could be right. 60 hertz display, so not as fast or responsive as iPhone 17. C1X modem, which will improve your Wi-Fi and your 5G and everything like that. It's going to keep everything nice and power efficient. So you will probably see slightly longer battery life on this phone. The selfie camera is going to be a big upgrade. 18 megapixel center stage selfie camera, which is the same one that's on our iPhone 17 Pros, iPhone 17 too, I think.
So if they're going to upgrade the selfie camera to what the current generation has or close to it, they're not going to change the implementation of it or with the notch. I think that's where some of the back and forth confusion, right? Because they would have to retool. I'm interested because you see the notch there. That's a bygone era with people holding onto their phone for a very long time. As I'm looking at Adam, have that notch. Does your phone have the notch or the dynamic display? Dynamic island.
I don't have the dynamic island. I don't.
That's been out forever. All right, we got to upgrade.
Oh man.
It pains me that this 17e is looking like a contender to my iPhone 13 Pro.
And we're gonna get it in. We're gonna review it and go. All right, enough of that. After
Exactly.
the 2 weeks.
Back in the drawer.
Send that to the UK. You can have that.
Oh my gosh. So a center stage camera. There's technically enough room in that notch to fit this camera.
Yeah.
It's like if there's enough room to fit it in the dynamic island and that shrunk compared to the 16 and the 15, I feel like Apple's going to be able to just cram it in pretty easily. I think they're just going to keep the notch just to differentiate it from the new phones to like give you even more of a reason to upgrade to a 17. Same 48 megapixel rear camera as last year. It's supposed to be a little bit better in low light. We'll have to wait and see. A19 chip that's going to be slightly slower than the one that's in the iPhone 17. So they're just going to like bin it somehow and just limit the clock speed of it.
Oh, okay.
MagSafe support, which is huge. That's the one missing feature that we called out in our review last year. Finally, be able to snap a charger or a wallet to the back of your phone. And it looks like it's only going to come in black and white. They were testing a violet model apparently, but there's no reporting on whether that's actually going to come out.
In our review last year, that's what we complained about, the lack of MagSafe in the iPhone 16e and the fact that it only came in 2 colors when there was previously for the iPhone SE3 a red version.
Yeah.
hopefully they fixed that issue. The fact that they were testing a Violet version, hopefully that at the last minute comes out. But MagSafe is a huge thing. The fact that we don't have MagSafe rumored for the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is kind of a letdown. I hope Samsung comes through for me, but they may resort to cases.
Oh, I really don't think they will, Matt. But you can keep wishfully thinking.
Right up until the end. Next week, we will have a live show from Samsung Unpacked it's 2 weeks from now in San Francisco. We'll be there in person. So tune in for that. We'll have all the surprises. Going to tease that. But yeah, the iPhone 17e probably getting MagSafe.
Yeah. And then one other little nice bonus here. It's probably still going to start at $599 like the 16e does. Okay. But Apple might wind up doubling the base storage to 256 gigs.
Okay, so no price increase, and we get a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Usually you get $100 off if you turn in a previous year's phone. So that could be a way to get it down to $499. That was a method a lot of people used last year.
I think a lot of people are going to wind up doing that again too, because I still feel like $599 for what you get it's a little bit nicer than last year, but
that's
the iPhone 17 is still sitting there.
Yeah,
right? It's still right there. It's like a few $100 more, and you get a vastly better experience.
And that's why they have this almost product differentiation that they have. It's the fact that they're sticking with the notch allegedly instead of the dynamic island. It's like, oh, yes, if you really want to upgrade to the latest and greatest 17 version, then you have to pony up like $200 more.
Yeah.
So makes sense.
Does the better selfie camera and the higher storage definitely make a better selling point for the 17e now? Yeah.
It's just going to give it like slightly more ammo. Like, I don't think it's going to necessarily change anybody's opinion on the iPhone E series, but we got a comment. Let's see.
We got a comment from Adam from Anchor. Username Boom in the Sky. He says you have to get a red foam mic topper for Adam in the UK. Adam for Jessica. Absolutely, those cost like $9.99, right? It's the bare minimum. It's the bare minimum of what we could do for you, Adam.
And yeah, it's the bare minimum. What episode are we on, Matt? What episode is this?
21? 23.
23. And yeah, I have been red micless the entire time. I have to bring my own. He messaged me saying, bring your own toilet roll to the show. I did that.
Did everybody bring toilet paper? Did I miss a memo?
Yeah, because it was you already are stocking up on the toilet paper allegedly for stealing the toilet paper in the office. That is an allegation.
Okay, all right, that's good.
That is an actual picture that we caught, that we screen captured of Kevin from last night.
That was security footage.
Thank you, Google Nest, for capturing this moment.
Okay. Thank you, Ring, for bringing it to the cops. I appreciate it.
We have multiple angles.
Okay.
If you see this person on the street, beware. He is armed with toilet paper and very dangerous.
Okay.
3 rolls as well. 3 rolls.
Such a glutton.
Just greedy.
So we're taking air tags and applying them to the toilet paper that we have in the office because, again, against company policy to even suggest.
Those are also 2 things I bought. I literally bought the toilet paper and the air tags that you attach to them.
Allegedly. Okay. Sometimes I borrow a lot of stuff from Kevin, and he refers to me as himself. He refers to himself as Ned Flanders because Homer Simpson steals all the stuff from Ned Flanders, just borrows it and never gives it back.
Yes.
That is our relationship. Kevin, have I known you for like 12 years, 15 years?
Almost. Well, technically 10, 11 years, right?
Something like
2014.
That. Yeah. So it's been a while. So Kevin's not going anywhere, folks. We pretend to fire him every day over property theft, but we're here for life.
I feel like that's a really reasonable way to fire somebody, though.
I think so. Especially,
you just let them go.
Especially with that image caught red-handed. That's going to stand in court, right?
If we got rid of Kevin as well, I could get a red microphone topper. I could get a red jacket.
You get all the hand-me-downs?
Yeah, we could use that surplus to
Adam,
bring me into the 2026 era.
Are you a small, medium, or large in jacket? Probably large.
Probably large.
Yeah,
very,
that's perfect.
Well built.
Kevin, you have the large version, so
I have XL. Thank you. Yeah,
that's just great. Just rip it off him right now.
Okay,
absolutely.
It's like that CFO Thor. You are worthy.
Yeah.
of your titles.
So our daily live video show, we're up to almost 1,000 people just on Substack alone, but we usually break 100,000 on other platforms, including X. Thank you for tuning in. Every day, we're going to be streaming the latest and greatest in consumer technology on all the platforms. So thank you for joining. Thank you for commenting and draining my bank account, according to these guys. It is always fun. It is happening every day. We will see you not in 23 hours and not on Monday because we're taking that day off. But on Tuesday, we'll be back with another show. It's like a weekly video podcast about technology, but it happens every day. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for joining, guys. And thank you for wearing the red jackets. Adam, we will get you a red jacket very soon.
Sure.
But
Yeah, good one.
happy
Good
Valentine's Day Eve. Enjoy your weekend. And we will be back on Tuesday with another show.
Cool.
Yeah.
Again.